Hey everybody, this is P-Town. Welcome back to another tutorial here on my Minecraft Math Magic tutorial series. Today, I'm going to be showing you guys how to build my hostile mob farm system. This is a design that is super simple, super cheap, and super fast. All it takes from you is a whole bunch of solid blocks, some slabs, signs, trapdoors, a little bit of water for some very, very easy water channels, and some hoppers and chests for a collection area down here at the bottom. And that's it. There's no redstone involved, there's no clogs, there's no chance of clogging, everything flows very quickly down here to the bottom. And it's a fall-based system, so the only drawback to that is sometimes these guys with feather falling spawn in and they don't die from the drop. But, it's one guy every 1,000 or so, so not really a big deal. And you get a whole ton of drops. I haven't been standing here that long, and this double chest is already almost full. So everything from zombies, creepers, skeletons, plus the occasional witch drop, which is nice, redstone, glowstone, sugar, spider eyes, etc. So yeah, like I said, it's super fast for how small it is. It's a very survival friendly design, so if this is something you're interested in building and having in your world, watch on, because I'm going to show you how. Alright guys, we're actually going to start this a bit backwards. We're going to place our collection area first, so we're going to place a double chest here, and then 4 hoppers facing into the chest, so everything flows in, and bam, collection area done. That was easy. Next, we're going to go up 30 blocks above the hoppers. So that's block number 1 right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. There we go. From here, we're going to build a ring around the hoppers. Oops, not quite far enough. So 4 blocks that way, 4 blocks that way. Good. So you should have a 2x2 hole centered over the hoppers. This is where we're going to be funneling all the mobs into, so they fall and die once they land on the hoppers and all their stuff gets funneled into the chest. Very simple. So from up here on our ring, we're going to go up 2 blocks like this. Now these are the corners of our first layer of pads. So from here, build them into 5x5 squares by extending out. Like this, so 5 blocks that way, 5 blocks this way. Oops. And then just fill it in. And we're going to do that for all 4 pads. There we go. All 4 pads are done. Next, what we're going to do is extend these blocks here along the length of the pad. So 5 blocks that way. This is where we're going to be putting the water channels that will funnel the mobs into the hole in the middle. Just like this. And one more. Good. Once you've done that, just build up these walls here so the water doesn't spill out over the sides. Oh, this one went too far. Like so. Alright, our first layer of pads is complete. Each pad gives us 25 spawning spaces for a total of 100 spawning spaces per layer, since there are 4 spawning pads. So next what we want to do is disable spider spawns on all these pads. And to do that, all we need to do is go in diagonally 1 block from each corner of every pad and just place a slab. Just like that. And this just eliminates all of the 2x2 areas that a spider would require to successfully spawn. So go ahead and do that for all 4 pads. Alright, now that our spider spawns have been effectively eliminated, we're going to go ahead and start on our next layer of pads. To do that, just go up 2 blocks and build another 5x5 pad directly on top of the pads you've already got here, like so. Now just make sure that you leave 2 blocks of airspace between these layers of pads, and only 2 blocks. That will allow us to cram in as many spawning spaces as possible into this area. So go ahead and do that for all 4 pads. Once your second layer of pads is complete, we need to disable spider spawns for these as well, like we did the layers below, and for all the other layers we're going to do. So just go ahead and place your slabs just like this. Same way we did below, just 4 slabs per pad. Very simple. And done. Cool. Now, for this layer, the second layer of pads, and for every layer above, we're going to need to use trapdoors to get the mobs to walk off. So, just place 2 trapdoors on both sides of these blocks in the corner, the interior corners, just like this, and close them. Now, if you're wondering why I haven't placed trapdoors all along all sides like this, it's because you don't need them. If a mob spawns, let's say this netherrack represents a mob spawn. If a mob spawns here, and pathfinds his way over here, he'll see these trapdoors as a connecting block. He'll see them as open. So his path will actually look something like this from place to place. So that'll take him directly over the fall and very quick, whoops, didn't mean to break those, and very quickly down to the bottom. So if you want to add more layers to this, which I recommend you do, just continue the same thing. Go up 2 blocks, 5x5 pads, trapdoors, and slabs to disable spawner spawns. So I'm going to go ahead and build a few more layers just to give us some decent rates. I would recommend somewhere between 5 and 10 layers. That'll give you somewhere between 500 and 1,000 spawning spaces, which should be good. You shouldn't need much more than that. So I'm going to go ahead and complete these layers, and I'll be back when that's done. Alright guys, got a few more pads built. As you can see, they're just identical copies of the pads below. The only pad that's really different is this one down here, and that's just because we're going to be putting water channels here. But first, what we need to do is put some walls on this thing, because as you can see, it's just a bunch of floating pads. So, yeah, we're just going to use netherrack because it's pretty. And first things first, just build a double column up the entire length of all the pads here, just like this. There we go, and do that for all 4 sides. Very good. Now with our 4 columns in place, all we need to do is build off of those some walls for these pads. So if you're building this from the inside, just build 5 blocks that way, 5 blocks this way. And you'll need to do that for all 4 pads on every layer you've built. Alright, the walls are on, and can I just say that this looks fantastic. So, next all we need to do besides just putting a lid on the thing is filling in our water channels. And like I said, they're super simple. All we need to do is one little trick here with the signs. Place 2 signs here on these blocks, or in any of these 4 blocks, doesn't really matter which side it is. And then, by shift right clicking, place a sign on top of this sign, and on top of this sign. And then again by shift right clicking, place 2 signs in front of these. So these signs are actually on the signs, and what those will do is stop the water from flowing. And then all we need to do is just put a couple water flows back there on all 4 sides like so. There we go. Nice and simple. Cool. Now, the only thing left to do is put in a lid, and that will make it dark enough for hostile mobs to spawn. So you can fill it in like this. If you're wondering why I've got these empty pads here, I just am using them as a lid. Also because you can expand upon the pads in the future just by tearing out the netherrack we're putting in here. And yeah, you can just use these as more pads if you want to keep building up. So we're going to finish off the lid here. Like so. Whoops. And there you go. All done. Well, our shaft is not quite complete. So if you want, you can go ahead and finish off your little drop shaft here. Oh, here comes this. Mobs are already spawning. Better hurry. Yeah, the reason you need a drop shaft, it just keeps them in check. Occasionally, they'll kind of slide out and land outside, and their drops will, yeah, like this, will fall outside. So I'm going to go ahead and finish up this shaft, and just for taste's sake, I'm going to use some glass so you can see what's going on the inside, just like this, like we saw at the intro. Alright guys, the drop shaft is complete, and as you can see, we're getting some solid rates already. Pretty awesome. Yeah, I've been hanging around for just a little bit. We've already got over 2 stacks of gunpowder, which is sweet. So with that, the mob farm is done. So we're going to fly up here and just take a quick look at the inside to see the mechanics in action. See it all working together. Basically, really simple stuff. Mobs spawn on the pads. The guys on lower grounds don't need trapdoors. They'll just walk right off into the water, which is cool. The guys on the upper pads will select another area to walk to, usually a spot on one of these other pads, which will lead them to walk over the other trapdoors like that creeper just did, and this creeper is doing, and this skeleton's doing. Yeah, it's happening all so fast. It's amazing. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope you get a lot of good stuff out of it. I hope it brings you many a stack of gunpowder and arrows and whatnot. So thanks everybody for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys again in the next one. P-Town out.